with 2-minute answers from each candidate to the first question, then open discussion for the rest of each segment. Both campaigns have agreed to these rules.
Well, there's 7 million people that contracted COVID. What does it mean for them going forward if you strike down the Affordable Care Act?
Joe, you've had 308,000 military people dying because you couldn't provide them proper health care in the military. So don't tell me about this.
I'm happy to talk about this.
And if you were here, it wouldn't be 200, it would be 2 million people because you were very late on the draw.
All right, gentlemen,
which was heavily
Mr. President,
you would have been much later, Joe.
Mr. President,
much later.
Mr. President,
you're talking about 2 million people.
You're not
Mr. President, as the moderator, you realize if you're both speaking at the same time,
and it's too expensive.
Let the presidents go ahead, sir.
Obamacare is no good. We made it better, and I had a choice to make very early on.
We were talking originally about the Supreme Court here. Are you willing to tell the American people tonight whether or not you will support either ending the filibuster or packing the court?
Whatever position I take on that, that'll become the issue. The issue is the American people should speak. Vote now.
Are you going to pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know
He doesn't want
you're a
to answer the
senator.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because
wouldn't you answer that
because
question?
the question
you want to put a lot
is
of
the
new
question
Supreme Court
is
justice,
the
radical
question,
left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? Who's on your list?
Right, gentlemen, I think
This
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
We have
We're not going to give a list.
We have ended this segment. We're going to move on to the second segment.
That was really a productive segment, wasn't it? We handed him a booming economy. He blew it.
It wasn't
he
booming.
Blew it. He blew it.
It wasn't booming. It was the weakest recovery
Well, sir, is it
since
fair to, is it fair to say he blew it when, in
When
fact,
COVID
there was record low unemployment before COVID?
Yeah, but because what he did, even before COVID, manufacturing went in the hole. Manufacturing went in the hole.
Excuse
number
me,
one.
Chris. Wait.
Number two.
Chris.
Number three.
They said it would take. No, you're number two.
We have a higher deficit with China now than we did before. We have the highest trade deficit
China
with
ate
Mexico.
your lunch.
All right, gentlemen.
China ate your lunch, Joe. And no wonder your son goes in and he takes out billions of dollars. Why is it? Just out of curiosity. The mayor of Moscow's wife gave your son $3.5 million. What did he do to deserve it? What did he do with Burisma to deserve $183,000?
None of that is true.
Let him answer.
None of that is true.
Oh, really? He didn't get
Mr. President,
totally,
Mr. President, please.
Totally discredited.
You have raised an issue. Let the Vice President answer.
Discredited.
Did Burisma pay him $183,000 a month with no experience in energy?
Mr. President,
my son did nothing wrong at Burisma.
I think he did.
Mr. President, let him answer.
I want to see an honest ballot count.
Gentlemen, you say that's the end of it? This is the end of this debate?
Honest ballot count.
We're going to leave it there. To be continued as in more debates as we go on. President Trump, Vice President Biden, it's been an interesting hour and a half. I want to thank you both for participating.
Last night we saw Bulligan ranting, raging, temper tantrums as a virgin, racism and anti-Semitism as a strategy. Trump is launching a revolution against American values, dreams, and hopes, undermining institutions and calling for violence at the polls. Stand by and wait is nothing but a call to violence. We've seen these men in the black suits and their arms brandished in Louisville and sold around the country. You know, speak up now if ever hold their peace.
Last night should have made three things clear. Number one, at this point, there should be nobody that's undecided about voting. There should be nobody that's unclear about who they should vote for at this time. Number two, Donald Trump purposely sent a message to white supremacists and extremists like the Proud Boys.
This is no hour for silence. This is no hour for lethargic or inactivity.
Right.
We've got to put Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and Jacob Blake on this ballot and send a signal ourselves. The president's not the only one that can send a signal.
Right.
We can let our light so shine
Right.
that this world and this country can know that we've had enough. We've got to put social justice on the ballot
Right.
and take white supremacists out.